Right over here behind me are some silhouettes, and imagine, if you would, those being people that I am concerned are going to do some kind of physical harm or damage to me or my family or somebody around me, and those people are advancing towards me, and they're at about 20 feet away from me. I have a firearm with me. We all know we like to carry our guns. We like to have our gun rights. We like to exercise our rights, and we like to know that we've got an instrument of self-defense with us. But what we should remember is, with that instrument of self-defense comes a lot of regulation, a lot of responsibility, and a lot of trouble if we don't use it correctly, use it at the right time, and if we misuse it. I'm going to talk to you about that right now. You notice I've changed my outer garment here. In the cold months during the year, we have a lot of options as far as concealed carry. A lot more insofar as our coats and so forth. We can carry pretty decent sized handguns in different ways than we carry them during warm weather, hot weather, where we're wearing shorts and tank tops and t-shirts and things like that. But in the scenario that I just gave you just a minute ago, here's where this is significant, and this is just one instance out of a million that you could come up with. We've got two people here that are 20 feet away from me. They're making threatening gestures. One of them, let's say one of them's even got one of his hands behind his back. They're moving towards me. Hey, mister, we want to talk to you for a minute. Let me talk to you. Now, I've got a gun. They're moving towards me. I'm feeling threatened. One of them's got his hands hidden. They're moving towards me. I want them to stop. I tell them, stop. Don't come any closer. And they still say, we want to talk to you right now. And they start moving towards me more. If I reach back, if I've got a gun in a holster and I reach back and I show them, I let them know I've got a gun, and I show that gun and I've got my hand on it, and the two of them look down and all of a sudden they take off running. The guy that had his hand behind his back had a cell phone, and they take off running, and halfway across wherever they're running to, one of them dials 911 and calls the police, and all of a sudden the police show up with me, and all of a sudden what I am faced with is an assault charge. That would be something like third-degree assault. I didn't hit anybody, didn't shoot anybody, didn't pull the gun, but if I put my hand on my gun, if you put your hand on your gun, if you show your gun to somebody intentionally in a way that changes their behavior, it makes them move, it makes them run, it makes them drop down, it makes them do whatever it is they do out of any kind of panic, you've just committed assault as far as the police are concerned when they show up. Now, you may be able to talk your way through that, you may be able to explain it, and they may be able to let you go on that. But in that scenario, somebody calls the police on you, the police come and confirm what that person just told them, which is, you have a gun, you have it in that holster, you showed it to them, and you threatened them with that gun. As far as they're concerned, you could very well end up in jail without ever pulling your firearm. So what's the answer? Well, in the cold months of the year, just like I am right now, I have this jacket on, and I could be talking to these guys. I could have my hands in my pocket very naturally, because it looks like I'm just relaxed, just keeping my hands warm. I'm going to say, guys, I need you to just stay back. Don't come any closer to me. And then if somebody, you know, if they just stop, or if I can convince them to stop, they stop. I say, look, I'm serious. I don't want you to come any closer to me. Tell me what you want, and they stop and they tell me what they want, we're okay. But if one of them takes off running towards me, again, if I had to reach for my handgun in my belt, I'd never get to it. So with them running at me in this position right here, just keeping my hands warm, if my gun is in my pocket in a tech grip holster, it comes out that fast. You see, I didn't have to do anything there to make them stay back. All I had to do was keep my hands here and be ready, and say to them, stop, don't come any closer, I need you to stay back, I don't know you. And if they take off running at me, instead of having to reach under my coat and get my gun out, it just comes right out of my pocket, out of that holster, because I've got this nice sticky tech grip holster, and that's what that gun is contained in. I mentioned it being the cold months here, and it is February here in Arkansas, but this is an unseasonably warm day, and I was burning up in that other jacket there. But that is a way. It just shows you how you can change a scenario, use your handgun, have it ready to go not cause any problem, not get yourself in trouble, but still have that gun ready to go in case something happens where you actually are being attacked and you have to get it out. So what we want to be able to do is use a little creativity, think through the process of carrying that handgun, what it might mean if somebody approaches you, and if you show that gun to them and it changes something that they're doing, they take off running, you get the police called on you. We want to avoid that at all costs. So use a little creativity, think through what would happen, where can I carry it, how can I carry it differently, how can I carry it most effectively. This is just one example of how we can take care of ourselves both physically and take care of ourselves as far as the law is concerned by carrying our handgun intelligently. I'm Mark Rogers, Christian gun owner, and I'll see you soon.